Mayor Rodrigo Roa Duterte.
Kindly sit down. Salamat. Opo po kayo. You know, every event that I am into, nagprepare talaga ng speech ang opisina. But, you know, after a minute or two, uwi na tayo. And you might want to know what is really in my heart and what is the state of the nation, in maybe in a nutshell, what we intend to do and what we do not intend to do. But before that, may I be, with the solicitations, Secretary Michael Lloyd Dino, the Presidential Advisor for the Visayas, Ms. Melanie Nang, President of the Cebu Chamber of Commerce and Industry, the officers and trustees of Cebu Chamber of Commerce and Industry, past presidents of Cebu Chamber of Commerce and Industry, guests from the Cebu Chamber of Commerce and Industry, fellow workers in government, mga kaigsuon na nako nga Cebuano. You know, we talk of change, and maybe I would not want to be pulling my own chair, but I can really say that in that election, that in the past days, I was one of those who was passionately into the campaign. Amin ninyo, na ako'y saad sa mga tao. And I kept those promises to the barest of minimum. First is that I will get rid of corruption in government. And my God, I just fired a close associate of mine from days in the past, almost historical liaison until the other day. I asked him to go quietly because of suggestions of corruption. Wala pa nga eh. But as I have said to my cabinet members and to those appointed by me in government, the first whiff of corruption or suggestion, maghiwalay-hiwalay na tayo. And I am committed really to just give a respite to the Filipinos for the many years of suffering under corrupt, almost in succession governments. I am not saying that I would be able to erase all, but again, there's the word barest minimum. If there's another term for that, for the next bar for the word, then that is it. Alam mo, dugay ng gaantos ang Pilipino sa korupsyon. Unya, what was really pulling us down all throughout the years was simply corruption. And, well, from whereof I came, I was a prosecutor in Davao City. And at the same time, I was a special prosecutor for the Tanod Bayan. Wala pa kasi noong ombudsman. That's the predecessor ng ombudsman. He used to be known as the Tanod Bayan. So I have, from the Visayas to Luzon, I used to prosecute cases involving so much documents. That's why para na rin akong CPA noon na nag-aral ng accounting because I had to do my homework. And, well, of course, I saw the thousands of millions lost gone to waste money of the taxpayers. So, noong na presidente, sabi ko, putulin ko ang korupsyon. And there was this danger looming very, very bright sa staring at us ang druga and yung criminality that goes with it. And then yung Mindanao, kasi of the 5 candidates on stage every time, even when there was a debate, ako na yung nagsasalita nga sa about Mindanao. And that prompted me, one of the compelling reasons why I had to run. I was hearing nobody talking about Mindanao. Dool man lang kita, and my father comes from Cebu, but my mother is a Mindanaoan. Dool man lang kita. I will not guarantee you on anything, but I'll just plainly tell you. We have to solve the problems that besets Mindanao. Alam mo, almost sabi nila 100 years, but when I was in Malaysia, I went to the archives to do some reading, and I'd place it, sabi ng mga Moro, 100 years. I thought maybe about 70 years would be a good choice to gamble on. When Magellan landed there in Leyte, Mindanao was already Islam by almost 70 years. That's the reality of it all. And so, the guy brought Christianity. Maybe here in, I don't know what was the religion of Lapu-Lapu, but since he resisted the colonizer, I could almost say that I'm even surprised why he does not have a day in a year to observe Lapu-Lapu Day. He was the first to kill the invaders. And I would like to change that. Maybe somebody might want to remind me to declare him one of the foremost heroes of the Philippines. Ang Mindanao kasi noon was an active part already of the Srivisayas Empire of the Malay race. And the only reason why it was easy for them to conquer the Philippines, our forefathers, maybe my lolos Danawas, of the gunpowder. That changed the whole thing. The cannons and the gunpowders really changed changing the games in favor of the imperialist. Pero pinilit nila kasi. So they took Mindanao further and tried to Christianize it. Magulo yun because at that time there was already a post, and that post na yun, Islam. And you know how religions were fought during the previous times, and even now with the Sunni and Shiite, sila na mismong Islam, ganun rin eh. So you can just imagine how things were at that time. These Manyas were able to slow down the migration from the south. At yung Zamboanga, all that they could do was to build the fourth pillar. But other than that, they were not able really to enter the entrails of Mindanao, papasok. So when we were passed on to the Americans by the Treaty of Paris, defeating the Spaniards, the Americans took over. And dito, because they already had not even the muskets. The muskets were sa mga Spaniards yun. They had the bolt action already. And so massacre after massacre and massacre. Unfortunately, though, for the Americans, they always document their history. So some of us were able to get the pictures of the population piled, killed, and massacred. Yun ang nasa Mindanao ngayon. It is not a 2th century event. it is not a one-century event. It stays there forever. Kaya sabi nila, ito si Duterte, bakit ang campaign? Why does he have to bother about, every time makikita nilang yan. And to think that they were Islam, all of them, until the Americans came, and because nobody was brave enough to work in Mindanao at the time, they started sloganeering, go to Mindanao because it is the land of promise. Ayan ang problema ngayon. So a lot of Christians, my father went there. Although married to a Mindanaoan, nanay ko is a half Maranao. My father, my grandfather, tatay niya, was a pure Chinese. Si Lam. Pinsan nung si Jack Lam na gusto ko rin patayin ng putang. You know, that Chinese guy, I was reading the briefer for the night. I get the briefer every night from the activities, mga journals, what happened to the Philippines today. I was reading his statements. He was as if he was talking. Everybody was in his pocket. So tinawagan ko si Bongo, my aide, another Chinese. Sabi ko, hulihin mo yung putang inang yan. Sabi niya, ng NBI, walang charge ka. Charge, maniwala ka ng charge. Basta hulihin mo. Patayin mo kung kaya ninyo. But luckily, he was out of the country 3 days earlier. So, kaya ako napika. It was, yung gano'n na klaseng, please, sabi ko, avoid my country kung gano'n. You're in better health. Doon na lang kayo sa Macau. Do not do it here. Imagine not paying the correct taxes. Millions and billions. He was given a franchise. Panahon ni Corazon Aquino, 1%. Sus Maria Josep ka. And that was ages ago. And yet he had the goal to talk about the Philippines, characterizing us like. So, yung corruption. We have to stop corruption. The cabinet is given only 1 month. NEDA takes about forever. NEDA used to, my application for is simple commuter train. And I filed it during just before the election on. Until now, sa awa ng Diyos. Andiyan pa rin sa NEDA. So, sabi ko sa cabinet members, 1 month. 1 month. Palabas mo ang decision mo, either approve or disapprove. I really do not care. 1 month. And now, I am trying to come up with, to codify all the rules. Ang mga directors sa departments must husband the papers. Siya mismo ang magtingin kung saan yung papel at any given time. And they're only given 15 days. So, director ng what? Ng trade, industry, whatever, defense, it could be DNR, meron doong routine slip. The time that it came in, then it was on to first table, second table, and to reduce the signing authority. Kung maaari lang, 2, 3, 4. Huwag na masyado yung maraming opisina kasi most of them are really indolent. Basta matagal na sa tapulan. Wala na. Worse all, itong mga director, kaya sabi ko, my orders now is, you should be the first to report in the morning and the last to leave in the afternoon. Trabahoin ninyo yan. Kaya dyan galit ang tao sa atin. Ayaw na magbayad sa atin. Wala na gawa. Ang tao ayaw na magbigay sa atin ng sweldo. So yan. And for the mayors, ganon rin. Or else I'll file a case against you. I will direct the DILG to file the corresponding charges for misdemeanor, abuse of authority, whatever. And I could dismiss you. I am empowered by law to dismiss you. And I would not hesitate to dismiss pagka basta may corruption. Yun, the first hint. Alam mo kasi, the thing about corruption is, ang Pilipino kasi hindi assertive. He knows his rights. He will complain about it, but he will not do anything. Kaya if only you can assert the first opportunity kung may maghingi, edi sabihin mo ng putang ina ka, nagbabayad ako ng buwis tapos ito ang gawain mo sa akin. Let's check ka. You create a scene. Even sa airport, binawal ko na ngayon magbukas-bukas ng bag. And away from the cargo hold to yung may doon, escalator para sa bagahe, may camera yan eh. So we would know, government would know at first instance kung ano talaga ang laman yan. And yet, when we arrive from somewhere or everywhere, pagka yung kagaya ko noon, mayor, congressman, sige, even with in his wake, a trail of bagahe, walang open-open yan. But yun ang mga pobre, yun ang mga OFW, yun ang binubuksan kung anong pinagtiting yung mga... Sabi ko, mas believe ako kung buksan mo yung sa presidente pati vice presidente. Huwag niyong pakialaman yung isa, dalawang do not do that. And ngayon, wala nang bukasan. Basta, pagka magbukas, mo lang, ba't mayroon ba kayong nakita dyan sa x-ray? Wala. Even sa permit. Kasi naman ang mga tao sa permit, magsulat ka lang. Ano ba ang kulang namin dito? What is it that is lacking or inadequate in our application so that we can correct it immediately? Now, if you do not receive any answer, file a case against the ombudsman and sa akin. And if the ombudsman will not do anything, I will take jurisdiction over the case. That's maybe because the ombudsman handles so many thousands of cases that they can hardly cope up with the work. I would like to think that it is that way. Kasi sino ba namang ayaw? Pero ang akin is there is the 8888. All you have to do is just sabihin mo yung pangalan. The son of a bitch, I filed an application in this, and he's asking for 5,000. Name him. Do not be afraid of libel. Ako nang bahala. Akin naman yung PT before. Ako nang bahala sa iyo. Isulat din for anything. Now, nandito ba si Bing Bong? Bong. Itong si Bong sinabi ko. Ito yung Bongo. Isa ring oligarch na, pero batanggin nyo ito na Chinese. Remind me yung tanggalin ko na yung bumbero. Kasi in business permits, may building occupancy inspection, blah, 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 then there's the bumbero. Doon sa bumbero, matagal yan. Kaya mga ulol, magpabili pa man sa iyo ng fire extinguisher. Diba? I have ordered to delist them. Kasali na yan. So yung building permit should include already the inspection of the fire, but it should be made at the behest of the city engineer. After all, kanyang ano yan lahat eh. That's a addendum there that's really pang racket. So 3 days yan sila. Business permit, 3 days. Anak ka ng saan man pala yung mga computer. Akala ko ba mapabilis yung trabaho natin kung may computer? O bakit ng ganyan humihina lalo? Kalaki ko ng gasto dyan sa putang ina na yan. Sus Maria Joseph. It's very unsettling actually. So, trabahuin mo lang yung trabaho mo. And for the Filipino people who are listening right now, I think we're televised nationally. Be assertive. Magreklamo ka. Pag binuksan yan, magputang ina ka, sumigaw ka, putang ina kang customs ka at ikaw ang immigration. Nagbabayad ako sa iyo ng tama, ganitoin mo ako, anong klase ka? Then, it will really get my attention. So, never mind about the idiot. Ako nang bahala dyan kung matakot ka. You just raise or create a scene, if you may. Magbastos ka lang, mga ano na lahat yan. Akala ko ba dito wala nang pukunin sa bag mo? Nobody but nobody should. Yung murong lang kung galing ka doon sa cargo, pero kung malita, kasi magdadalawang malita talaga yan. Mapunta ka ng, you seldom go there. Kung may, if at all, kung may pera ka, mabili ka ng damit. Pati sapatos, magaganda. Then that's another luggage. That's no big deal. Maski 3 pa, 4. Pero yung bukas-bukas ang ayaw ko. Either bukas na tomorrow or bukas na nakaw. So, yun lang. Just to be. Whatever. Police. Pagkanano kayo. Sa police, yung permit na yan, it should also be out same time. 3 days. 2 days. Pati yung mga cabinet members will meet next month. No. I convene itong labor, pati park, tawag nila. Tapos, maraming complaints. Indo, contractualization. So, Bebot Bello wanted a longer period. Sabi nila, April ko, no. Next week. I cannot wait for it. Hindi ako nagbibilang ng buwan dito. Madali ang panahon. 6 years is just really too short to makabul tayo ng panahon. Next week. Walang ano dito, walang usapan. I do not, baski sa Davao. When I put to task somebody, 72 hours. Yan, 70 to 48 hours. That's 1 day, 2 days. 24 hours. Mahirap yung malayo ang ano. That will put again the Filipino in despair. So it's really up to the Filipino people of the Republic of the Philippines to help me at least minimize or do away with corruption. And I am supporting you, but you have to help me. I cannot help the Filipino kung hindi niyo ako tulungan. All you have to do is to assert. Period. Huwag kang bumigay. Pati yung BIR na yan, you're safe already. Walang ano. Sa BIR, kung may sabihin mo sa akin, ikaw ang ipalit ko doon sa official na yun. Totoo. Pagka-qualified ka lang, seso ka, or first grade eligible ka, sige. Ilagay kita doon. The problem is the monitoring and it must get our attention. Beyond that, wala man talaga ako magawa. Kaya na. Second is, ganitong droga. Itong Human Rights Watch, ito yung mga pare. 7,000? 7,000 lives. Ilan dyan ang amin? Alam nila na ang drugista, because the immediate or the direct effect of shabu abuse is your brain will shrink. It will break up into pieces. Kaya nagugulong ang mga Amerikano. They're better off with cocaine and heroin. Kasi hindi na, poppy. It's a plant. Itong meth, shabu, alam ba ninyo na hydrochloride? tubig sa baterya. Jesus Maria Joseph, Ginoo. And I did not know the real score or the total number of victims or addicted to drugs until I became president. Now, when I was in Davao, I knew it was really a very serious thing. So I declared war. I did not simply, you conduct a police operation in the meantime. I said, if you are going to destroy the community, my city, of course, I will be happy to kill you. And if you do away, deprive us of our generations, papatayan din kita. Alam mo bakit? Hindi tayo lahat mayaman, ha? Anak ka ng putang ina, let us be clear on this. Meron akong deposito. Pero I cannot wallow in luxury during my retirement days. Mag-ano pa ako sa mga anak ko. At kayo, hindi naman, the majority of you here are better off. Let us be, prangka-prangka na lang tayo. Yung iba, the thousands, the millions of Filipinos, pagtanda nila, sino mag-ano ng lugaw nila, putang inong buka. Sino magbili ng medisina? Even the painkillers. Huwag na yung for treatment or pure curing. Even the painkillers na lang when you are already in agony, old age. Who will feed you? Who will buy the medicines for you? Who will buy the oxygen so that you can live maybe 2-3 days longer? Mga anak namin, putang ina, tapos ganun ninyo, di patayin ko kayo. You know why? Kasi magulo masyado yan sila noon. Duterte magmarsyalo, Duterte yung hubiyas ko. Kaya sabi ko, mas bright ako na tao. Abogado ako, pero mas bright ako sa inyo. Totoo lang. You know why? I took my oath of office before God and country. What did I say? To protect, to obey the Constitution, and what else? To protect the Filipino people. Nandyan lang yan lahat. I do not need any martial law. I do not need any habeas corpus suspension. All that I need to do is to do something to protect the Filipino, to preserve my nation. Huwag mo na akong isturbuin kung ano. Kung sagasaan kita ng tangke de guerra, sagasaan kita. Pabalik-balik pa kung gusto mo. Huwag mo akong, you know, pagka-diferensya ng country, tapos you. Kaya when I became president, I said, I'm declaring war. Why? Oh, kita mo naman. Davao is peaceful now. But it did not come about just that easy. So, sabi ni yung police na hundreds were killed. Of course. Sa katagal ko, 23 years ako nag-campaign against drug, talagang hundreds ang namatay. O ngayon, ako presidente na, huwag naman yan, di lahat ng yung lumaban, because my order was very specific. Go out and hunt for them, arrest them if it's still possible. But if they resist violently, thereby placing your life in danger, patayin mo. I cannot be as clear as yun nga, ngayon yung 7,000, yung mga human rights, pati pare, sige daw, ilan namatay ko dyan sa 7,000? How many of them were ginano ng, you know, when we started to do the operation, we implanted intrigue. Ikaw, pinyait ka nito. So ito, gantihan sila. Tapos pinatay ito, yun, inutos. O tapos, utusan talaga namin, patayin mo yung kalaban mo. Para hindi ka makulong. Pag pinatay na niya, patayin rin. Kulong-kulong. Ganoon man yan. So, if I go to prison, well, I can rot in prison. I'm now 72 years old. How do you think I will survive when I'm about 76, 77 years old? Hindi lang ako kain ng 3 araw, patay na ako niyan. Tapos natakot-takutin akong human rights, no? Human rights violation, EKJ. EKJ ka dyan. Sino ba gustong pumatay ng tao? But you place the security of my country in danger, like in Mindanao. What is driving the Maote group there? What do you think is fueling the terrorism? Yes, ni militar. Nandiyan si Oka. Nandiyan si Oka. Diyan ang Lactao. Drugs. Kaya nga sabi ko, mag-raid sila ng compound. I have lost 32 of my soldiers. I have lost 29 of my policemen. Tomorrow, I'm going to fly to Hulo because may maraming nasugatan doon, 2 were killed. Then I have to fly to Cagayan because I have to be with my soldiers when they suffer. Kailangan nandoon ako. Matinig ka lang ng lansang dyan, kasakit niyan. Tumaan ka pa ng bala. Ganun na lang rin ang ano ko. Doon sa Cotabato, pag mag-raid sila na 2 M60 ang kaharap nila, kaya patay yung sundalo. So hindi ako mag-atras dyan sa drugs. If you think that it will stop tomorrow, today, because of the pare, pare, lo. Stupid idiots. How about ang mahirap sa pare ganito. Pinipicture nila, tapos may mga national newspaper na binoblow up, yung parang naghawak si Jesu Cristo nung ginawakan niya ng nanay niya, patay na. They would like to publish again and again. Itong pare naman, na pinapatay yung mahirap. Hoy, mga ulol, makinig kayo ha. I cannot destroy the drug industry by just killing the drug lords. The one who sells shabu in large quantities. I cannot stop the drug industry if there is one single drug pusher on the streets. Because it is an organization, an apparatus. You have to take them out. So that I am telling you now, the campaign against drug will continue to the last day of my term. Hanggang may drug pusher pa dyan sa inyong lugar, in the neighborhood, or until such time na itong mga matay lahat, maghinto na ako. Yan ang pag-asa nga nila, patayin ako. Sabi ko nga doon sa Cordoba, dahil ako, ngayon na, 2 granada lang kailangan mo, pati si Pangilinan ng PLDT. Sasabog yan. Siya man ang nandoon. Kanya mayang project. Pati ni si Toy. Ubusin mo na kami lahat. Unless you do a drastic, hindi matatapos yan. Ang criminality, gaya ng kidnapping. Ang uso pa talaga, papatay na tapos maghingi. Yan, taga Davao, Sami, oy. Ikaw doon, mag-kidnap ka sa Davao noon, patayin mo tapos magkubra ka. Hindi abot ng istasyon. Ay, human rights. Sige, subukan mo akong kidnapin tapos mahi ka ng ransom. Hindi ka tapos mag-rape, patayin ang bata. Ito, karaming istoryang human rights. Mabuti pa naman sa human rights, maligayahan tayo. Ano mo kasi, you're playing with, you presented melodrama. Itong mga matay na tapos, hindi mahinto ito kung hindi mo alisin yan. Because it is an apparatus, and that is what happened in Central America. You know that. Nakikita mo gobernador doon. They decide kung sino ang maging gobernador. They decide kung sino ang maging mayor. May mayor na babae took oath of office in the morning, and the afternoon she was killed. When were we already in narco politics? God, as early as 5 years ago, 40% of the barangay captains were already in narco politics. Some of them won Iloilo, and I will repeat, Malibog, Malibog, ano pangalan niya? Because Iloilo karami. Yan si Odicta, yung mag-asawang pinatay. Huwag tayo magbulhan dito. Sabi ko sa iyo, bayan ko to eh. If it's just a political rift, maybe I would, hindi ako masyado ako. Kung sabihin lang na drilo na politika, hindi ako gano'n. Kaibigan ko siya, pero pinsan mo kasi yan eh. Madidisgrasya. Actually, ito, I will tell you now, and I revealed it doon sa Cordova. Last week, the other week, pinatawag ko lahat ng mayor, city mayors pa ng Pilipinas. Sa karami, three groups. Nabihin ko talaga sa kanila, tangina ninyo, huwag kayong pumasok na. Papatayin ko kayo. Either ambusin ko kayo o pa-sniper ko kayo, banggaan ko kayo ng 6x6. Tapos mga gobernador, sinabi ko, magkaibigan tayo, it leaves a bad taste in the mouth to be uttering these words. I'm just an ordinary guy, a small town mayor. But do not ever think that mahiya akong sabihin ito. Putang ina, papatayin ko talaga kayo. Sabi ko, magka-diferensya tayo sa ibang bagay, okay lang. You can even attack me, humiliate me. Pero kung sa bayan ko na, preserving the Filipino, his nation, huwag kang mag-ano sa akin. Yayariin kita. Yan ang totoo. I'm sorry, but dito sa economics, gumagana tayo. It was not really on purpose that I quarreled with the Americans. Hindi naman Amerikano na. The State Department actually. State Department yan. Siguro matagal na ako sa negosyo nito. So yung human rights, the first to come out was a statement coming from the Human Rights Commission of the United Nations. Because they were fond of attacking me when I was mayor. Kasi issue na sa akin noong mayor pa ako. Sinabi ko, I will kill you, get out of my... Tapos okay lang yan. But when I was president, you do not reprimand me that easy. Meron United Nations, you deliver your speech there, ask the UN for a vote to refer my case to the Human Rights Commission, have me investigated, then give the recommendation whether I stand the criminal case. Fine. Harapin ko yan. Walang problema yan. Hindi yan basta-basta. Then came yung secretary ng office natin, si Obama na. Sabi ko, putang ina ka, Obama, you go to hell. Huwag mo akong ganunin kasi hindi na ako yung presidente na ako. Huwag mo akong, do not reprimand me in public or chastise. Who are you? Pumunta tuloy ako sa China. Maraming pera. We have what? We got 6 billion for government and the rest to the private sector. That was, kinakita ko kahapon, ilang memorandum, in billions of dollars. Yung Amerikano naman, hindi naman natin nakalaban, pero nag-atras because we were really tightly nakadikit sa And may misconception sila na baka nga they never really bothered to give importance. So tayo, we were left off. Kung sabi ako, I come here as a friend. Sabi ko, I will not talk about the arbitral judgment. because I come in here to ask for your help. I am here to ask that we improve our trade relations, the bilateral relations of trade and commerce, because I'm suffering from a total lack of money. And I need to run the country. I need to improve the lives of the people. I need to raise the level of... tapos naintindihan niya. Kaibigan na kami ngayon. O si, kita mo ang pera pumapasok. And even in Davao City, pagka ako sa Amerikano, kita mo, si Obama, kunwari pa, he will reprimand me. Nung si Trump na ang presidente, tumawag ako. That's standard yan eh. Ko, Mr. President-elect, this is President Duterte. Yeah, I've been expecting your call. Mr. President, I'd like to congratulate you for a well-deserving... Yeah, I know. You too. Congratulations. And you're doing it right. Son of a bitch, this goddamn in the boundary of... Alam mo na ako... This goddamn guys in the nearby boundary of... I'll not mention it. Galit siya. Wait until I will... Ngayon, sunod-sunod talaga niya. Ipapatay niya yung mga baski sino. Unang matino na Pilipino, papayag ka na lang ng gano'n. Pare, sige lang yaw. Sila yung may pera. Sige, kolekta. Sabadog, Domingo, sige, kolekta. So, saan ang pera ng tao? Di wala. Mayroon ba kayo dito na rehab center na run by the Catholic? Wala. Sige lang, happy-happy. I'm asking you, where's the money of the faithful? Madibara ba mo itsa lang ng 25 centavos? Mag-anak pa na, pagligit, saan ang pera? Sige kayo yaw-yaw, mga pare, wala naman kayong ginagawa. You know what? It's very easy. You go to the precinct commander. Precinct commander, sino ba ang mga tao dito sa barangay, sa paris ko na pwede mo akong bigyan listahan? Bibigyan ka ng pulis. Di puntahan mo, iho di puta ka pala eh. Gumagamit ka ng droga, wag yan kasi pag namatay ka, si Duterte tuloy ang gina-blame. Bakit? Isipin ninyo may bayan ako. I build a city. Yan ang trabaho ng mga mayor. We build cities. Ang presidente, we build nations. Yan ang trabaho ng mga presidente, pati mga prime minister. Ano ni barangay captains or what? They build communities. Do not forget that. We are not a rehab. Ano man kayo? Now you realize, when I came out openly, how many surrendered? You saw it by your own eyes, God damn it. By the tens of thousands. Another 1 million added to the 3 million ni General Santiago noon sa PEA. So it's 4 million. How many of them are permanently? Give it half. You know, sa Siabo, pag out ka, once the brain shrinks, rehab is no longer feasible or possible. That is the naked truth that you have to face. I will not allow my country to produce slaves to a chemical to make the drug lords rich. I will never allow that. Wag mo akong bigyan ng mga slaves to a chemical. kayo, mga negosyante kayo. Tell me frankly, how long did it take you to earn your first million? Sige nga. You guys, kayo mga sa committee, tell me, how many years, how many sweat and toil para umabot ka dyan sa billion? Ha? Tangina itong mga barangay captains, itong mga negosyante, Chinese and Filipino alike, mga mayors, they produce drugs overnight. In 2 months, they become billionaires. When you trace sa mga property na sa mga, si Albuera Mayor, may shipping, may hotel, may lahat. Tapos takutin mo lang ako na extrajudicial killing. Maniwala talaga ako sa pulis. Sabi ng pulis, lumaban. Ba't ako maniwala doon sa pinasok? Ano kung pinasok? To serve a warrant is not illegal. It might be improper. But the warrant can be served anywhere. You can ask any lawyer. Walang limit yan. Baske, libang ka. Oh, kani gamit ang warrant. Imo ni imong ilus mong tae. Ngayon, sabi may baril, walang baril. Wala pakialam dyan. Kung anong sabihin ng polis, anong sabihin ng militar, yun ang sundin ko. Sila yung utusan kong mamatay. So I have to give credence and... Kita mo sumama sa pano, you go there and die in one day. So talagang papaniwalaan ko sila. Kung ano yung istorya nila, baski na baliktad yung istorya. Ayaw maniwala sa iba. What the military, what General Lactao reports to me, that's final. Tanong ko sa kanya, is this the truth? Yes, sir. Okay, tapos tayo. Sabi na, sir, salvage daw. Huwag ka na maingay. Bakit ko? So the economy is free. You can import, it's a WTO, ito namang Amerikano. Mabutit na lang, the Trans-Pacific Partnership is kalukuhan niya. Alam mo kung totoo yun, we cannot sell generics. Lahat first class na. ISO credited nga. Wala pa tayo doon eh. Lugi talaga tayo. Lugi tayo. So, dapat mabutit na lang nag-withdraw si Trump. Alam mo ba, pati generic, hindi ka naman. Kagaya ng climate change. Tignan mo uli. Ang misgivings ko, it's about climate change. Abogado ako. Yung sabi, the industrialized countries will commit to donate. Saan? Sino? Kalagay doon ng pangalan? Sabi ko, where? At saka ang violation. Pag sila ang nag-violate, wala tayong magawa. Pero pag tayo nag-violate, they can threaten us with everywhere and anywhere and in with anything. They will cut off the quota or whatever, yung assistance. Kaya doon ako nagalit sa Amerikano. Every time that they attack me or criticize me, they would always say, we will withhold your assistance. Sabi ko, putang ina ka, para ka namang tingin mo sa amin patay gutom, letse ka. Kaya ka, Obama, letse ka. Hindi kami patay gutom, ha. Kunin mo yung aid mo na yan. Sabi man ng Russia, we will have everything you need. Just come here. So, I'm going there with Lactao, May 25. Maganda rin yung mga Russians. Ayun lang man ang puntahan mo. Usap kami ni Putin. But anyway, I'm taking much of your time. I have to fly home because my daughter, the mayor of Davao, gave birth to, tatlo yun eh. Nahulog man ang ano. So I'm very excited to go home. I'll be flying home directly. Tuloy ako sa ospital. Kasi ang pangalan daw, Marco Digong. Ganon talaga si Inday. Ganon niya. Stingray ang mga... Ito ang palayaw daw stonefish. Kawa naman ng bata. Ganon talaga. Bata-bata man niya si Inday. Magbista yan sila. Magbista kayo, no? I'm happy, so I have to just remember that my daughter gave birth. So, salamat naman sa Diyos. 3 yun eh, tapos nakunan nyo eh. Ito ang, di ba, 2 twins ang iyo? 4 na siya. 2 twins. Oh. So, 4 kaagad. Remember, his family, ang family niya ba? Genealogy, Laktaw. Kaya kung gusto ninyo ng maraming anak, isang tirada lang, 5 yan. Ngarap ko na Laktaw. So, I'd like to thank the Chamber for giving me this opportunity to be with you tonight, and I hope that you have learned something from me, or at least I was able to clarify. You must know kaya what is in my heart. Pag wala kasi, hindi niyo ako makilala. At saka yung importante talaga sa akin yung bayan. Importante talaga. You create monsters in my country. Killers, rapists. Yung mga pare. Sige lang, ang ayaw ko yung melodramatic nila. Yung mga mahirap, mamatay. Putang pare. Pagpanganak ni mo, bayad ka simbahan ng yawa. Pagpakasal ka, magprikana pa, ang mga lecturers ba, mga bahubba, purut-purut ang laway, di pagyod ka mao. Di pag ka mao, pay grammar in English. Unyag mamatay ka, bayad ka lang. Kaya po, saan ni Katoliko eh? Unya, og Sunday, dadon mo patay, kasabaan kas pare. Dili mo bindita ang pare og Domingo. So pagkalunes yung pader ang balsamasyon ani duha ra man ka adlaw. Dili. So pagkaugma dadon mo Lunes. Pagsulod sa patay, baho na. Masuko na pud ang pareng buang. Pangano gid naman nimo baho naman eh. Okay, kini mo binditag Domingo. Kamo nga Katoliko, sige lang tagbayad aning yawa. Pera-pera pala dito itong buhay na ito. Hasta ang gobyerno, kamu po diha, sigig kulikta. Napag ikaduha ka kulikta, second round. Patya na pare. Kinang may may taga-tawi-tawi ito eh. Tausog to. Yung altar, secrets of the altar. Kasi si Tatad, maliit niya to. But it was actually written by Ares Rupot with the introduction from Marites Bitog, journalist. Nandito. Yan si Bacani, of course, is very vocal, pati si Tatad. Opos J si Tatad eh. It starts with it starts with Pidopa. Si Bacani dito. Altar of Secrets. Tagal na to. Basahin ninyo. Now, if you continue to be a Catholic when I come back here someday, and you think that I was unfair in my comments, you tell me, I will resign as president. Pero basahin mo muna niya ito. Kaya nandito lahat yung sa Al Jazeera, nakita niyo yun? There was this special feature about pedophilia and priest. Manila ang setting. Tapos denial pa sila. altar of secrets, sex, politics, and money in the Philippine Catholic Church. Baski yung panahon ni Gloria, yung naghingi sila ng Pajero, naghingi sila ng Montero, that was already graft and corruption. Tanong ka ng abogado. Because of the separation of church and state, you cannot spend any single centavo in favor of a sect or religion. Naghingi ilan sila, naghingi ng Pajero, binigyan sila. Yung panahon na yun, nag-prescribe na yung crime, no? Tagal na yun. Pero kung hindi pa nag-prescribe, they're really guilty, liable for graft. 30, Republic 3019. Kaya ako tuloy, in my defense, ito yung, kung sino lang may gusto, kunin nyo yung copy. But you can, it's online, but always out of, walang, na lang ma'am, yung pinakamatan, medyo, ibigay ko lang. Kasi ikaw yung medyo, bigay mo kay ma'am. Basahan mo, tapos ipasan mo. Ay, ano ka? Ay, ISIS ka? Ito naman, ISIS. I have ordered, it is a must reading for military and police sa Pilipinas. You must read. I have ordered copies, libre, bigay ko sa but you must read. Must talaga ito. Meron ka nito ka? Salot kay, hindi samahin sa Russia. hindi kaya, Mrs. mo hindi. So, kakala ko Mrs. mo kasi magsuri. Yun lang po at maraming salamat sa inyo. Ha?
Thank you very much, Mr. President.